Hello everybody, this is Zaxter99. Today I'm going to talk about my favorite football team in the NFL, the Dallas Cowboys. And I'm also going to talk about one of the major stars for the Cowboys, Dez Bryant, and my opinion on what the Cowboys should do with Dez Bryant. Now, if any of you guys follow the NFL, if any of you guys are Dallas Cowboys fans, then you might be particularly interested in what I'm about to say here about the star Dez Bryant. Now, as a matter of fact, I actually love Dez Bryant. I think he's a breakout star, probably the best Cowboys receiver they've had since Michael Irvin way back in the early 90s. He is obviously insanely talented. He does have some emotional outbreaks in some games. I think every year he shows his maturity is increasing, and I think, by the time he's, 28, 30 years old, I think he's going to be one of the finest receivers in the NFL. He may even surpass Calvin Johnson as one of the, uh, best hands, best physical receivers in the game of football. But I'm here to make a little bit different opinion about the Cowboys and Dez Bryant, and this comes from the Cowboys' current salary cap structure. Now, if you guys have been following the Cowboys, you know the Cowboys are more than $20 million over the cap after the last football season coming into the 2014 year. They had to restructure some deals. Last year, the Cowboys re signed Tony Romo back in March of 2013, I believe it was, to a huge contract. And now they've had to restructure him. They've had to restructure several contracts just to get under the cap so that they could draft some new players and that kind of thing. So I do think that restructuring Tony Romo's contract was a good idea. Despite what a lot of people say, I think Tony Romo is the engine and the reason the Cowboys have been 8-8 the last couple of years and not 2-14 or 3-13. I think it's all due to Tony Romo's, supreme talent to come back, to be able to toss the football around and put the Cowboys back in games that they really should have been out of because of their defense. The Cowboys, as you know, also had the last ranked defense last year. They really didn't help their defense a whole lot this year in the draft. And with Sean Lee being hurt this year, I can see the Cowboys also being way down there in their defensive ranks. And the offense is going to have to score a ton of points even to be in games or to even make 8-8 again this year. I would say best case scenario for Dallas this year is probably going to be 9-7, 10-6. That's a best case scenario. That's, hoping for a miracle and that their defense can actually, perform well, some of these young guys. And I think the offense is just going to have to explode again this year. That's also going to depend on Tony Romo staying healthy. As you know, he had back surgery. He had back surgery this last year. And if he doesn't stay healthy, with Kyle Orton still not saying whether he's going to play again, that's going to put Brandon Weeden as the backup quarterback, something we don't want to have out there on the Cowboys. I can guarantee you we do not run Brandon Weeden throwing the ball for us in actual games. So if Kyle Orton doesn't come back, we're going to be hurting, especially if Romo doesn't come around. But anyway, I want to go ahead and get to my point here. And my big point here for the Cowboys is Bryant is entering this year in 2014, his last year of his rookie contract. I believe he's making about $1.5 million a season. And it's already been stated that he wants big money. He says he's patient, he's waiting for the new contract or whatever. And I can already tell you Jerry Jones is going to re-sign Dez Bryant. There's no doubt about it. He is going to be re-signed regardless of what it does to our salary cap. But my point here is I do not think the Dallas Cowboys should re-sign Dez Bryant. I think they should have him do his last year, and I think Dallas Cowboys should trade Dez Bryant. Not that I don't think Dez Bryant is worth the money the Cowboys are going to give him. I think he's probably worth, in the neighborhood of $8 to $12 million a year. The Cowboys are probably going to pay him at least $12 million a year to wrap him up and to make him happy. When this contract comes, whether it comes before the start of this year, during the year, or after this next season is over, I can almost guarantee you the Cowboys are going to give him insane money. They're probably going to throw at least $12 million a year at Bryant. to tie him up. It's probably going to be a long contract. If you think the Cowboys are going to do 6-7 years, you're looking at, say, 7 years times 12 is 84. So you're looking at Dez Bryant signing an 84, maybe a $90 million contract for 7 years, with probably half of that coming in a signing bonus. Now, the Cowboys have a lot of dead money right now with DeMarcus Ware, with all these guys. That Miles Austin is another one. The Cowboys have released that the Cowboys have overpaid in the past. Not that I think Bryant is like Miles Austin, and I don't think he's going to be dead money like the Miles Austin deal. But the Cowboys have too much money in their team right now, too much money tied up in salary caps. Next year, the Cowboys are already set up for a cap of $141 million. The cap's probably going to be $135, $137 million, so the Cowboys are already over. Now, another big guy the Cowboys need to re-sign here in the next year is their big offensive lineman, Tyron Smith. So Tyron Smith is going to need a big contract for the Cowboys to keep him. And if it comes down to a choice on letting Tyron Smith go, their young, explosive, awesome offensive lineman on the left side, who can play the right side as well, or keeping Dez Bryant, I'm keeping the lineman. I'm keeping somebody that can protect the quarterback and give the quarterback time. Okay? Now, Dallas also signed a new offensive lineman, and the signing of Zach Martin in the first round of this year's draft. He should be really good. And with Travis Frederick signed last year and the rest of the offensive linemen they got, the Cowboys should have one of the best offensive lines now in the NFL. Okay? And we already know it doesn't take Dez Bryant, receiver, kind of quality in our receivers for Tony Romo to go ahead and pick a defense apart. If this offensive line that we have now, with Zach Martin being added, if Tony Romo has time because of our offensive line, all he needs is guys like we already have. Cole Beasley, okay? We already have Cole Beasley. We have Gavin Escobar. We have Jason Witten, as you already know. We have Terrence Williams, who exploded his first year with the Cowboys last year and should make a fine receiver. And then you also have Dwayne Harris. Dwayne Harris could make a nice receiver. So without Dez Bryant, we could put guys in there like Terrence Williams, Gavin Escobar, and Jason Witten as two tight end set. We could also put in Cole Beasley and guys like Dwayne Harris. And then we also drafted in the 5th round, evidently a 3rd round talent, Devin Street out of Pittsburgh this year. So Devin Street, there's a lot of hype coming in for him. So we already have 4 very talented, very good younger receivers in Terrence Williams, Dwayne Harris, Cole Beasley, and now Devin Street. Okay? We also have other backup receivers. The Cowboys, if Tony Romo has time behind their offensive line, with these kind of receivers, Tony Romo doesn't need Dez Bryant out there getting double covered, to pick a defense apart. One of these guys is going to get open, especially with the time Tony Romo should get. So I honestly just think that the money that we're going to put into Dez Bryant should go elsewhere right now. Not that I don't want Dez Bryant, not that I have anything against him. I think that his immaturity and stuff like that is getting better every year. Again, I think he's going to be one of the finest NFL receivers in the past 20, 30 years in the NFL, especially as he continues to get more experience and grow up more. But with the Cowboys' mess of a salary cap that they currently have, and with them paying Tony Romo so much money, I just don't see a way to fit Bryant in. I don't think he's worth what we're going to have to pay him in our current situation. Now with this, I'd like to know what you guys think about my opinion here. Have I absolutely gone crazy? Have I lost my mind by saying that we shouldn't re-sign Dez Bryant? Now, we already know, I think everybody that's a Cowboys fan already knows Jerry Jones is going to pay him whatever it takes to get him in. Dez Bryant is a big jersey seller. He's going to sell the jerseys. So if nothing else, that's going to be the big reason he will be re-signed. But I just want to go ahead and throw this out there and see what you guys think. If you guys had the power, if you guys were Jerry Jones in this current situation, would you re-sign Bryant, who's probably going to demand at least $10 million, probably more like $12 to $14 million a year to get him re-signed? Okay, or would you play him this last year and let him go? Which is, I think, what I would do. All right. Not that I'm an NFL coach, not that I have any experience. I'm just a Joe Schmo off the block. But I just wanted to go ahead and put this out there, what I thought. I want to see if anybody agrees with me, perhaps. Maybe you guys all think I'm absolutely crazy. Whatever it is, please leave those comments down below. Tell me what you think. Also, I'd like to know if you guys want to hear me continue to do my analysis, my opinions on the Dallas Cowboys. I've been a Dallas Cowboys fan. I'm over 40 years old now, and I've been a Cowboys fan ever since I was 6 years old. So for the past well over 35 years now, I've been following the Cowboys. I've been a die-hard fan. I've been through it all. I've been through Tom Landry when the Tex Rams sold the team to Jerry Jones, and they went 1-15 that year. I was with them when they drafted Aikman. I was with them back in the days of Ed Too Tall Jones and Randy White. I remember, watching Danny White sling passes to Drew Pearson and Hill. And I even remember Tony Dorsett and Ron Springs as his backup, running back. Definitely remember the Moose. I remember the 3 Super Bowls they won in the 90s, the Cowboys dynasty in the 90s. I remember the big Herschel Walker trade. And I remember when Dallas Cowboys traded Herschel Walker away to Minnesota for all those draft picks, how everybody thought Dallas was absolutely stupid. I remember going to school and everybody saying how stupid Dallas was for giving away Herschel Walker, even though they got all those draft picks and all those players in return. Everybody was saying how stupid Dallas was because they gave away their only good player at the time, Herschel Walker. And I think we all know how brilliant and how good of a move that now is for Dallas to trade away Herschel Walker. But, not only that, speaking of not re-signing Dez Bryant, not only are we talking about, if we didn't re-sign him, imagine what kind of draft picks we could get for Dez Bryant. Okay? I think that he would definitely be an easy number one. Probably Dallas. I'm sure Dallas could get 2 number ones, 2 consecutive years, 2 number 1 picks for Dez Bryant. So, but I'm just saying, with their current situation, with Dallas's current situation, the salary cap already overburned with them need to re-sign Tyrone Smith. And I believe Jason Witten's contract is coming to an end here pretty soon too. They're going to need to re-sign him, if he's going to continue to play. But I just don't see a way of Dallas fitting in Dez Bryant. And if they do, they're going to have to pull back money somewhere else. And that may hurt us more than if we didn't re-sign Bryant. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys want to continue to see me do analysis on my opinions on different things with the Dallas Cowboys. I'd love to hear your opinions, see what you think about this video. Be sure and give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Also, be sure to go ahead and subscribe to my videos if you want to, and share it with other people you think are Cowboys fans that might like to hear my opinion here. This has been Zaxter99, and I want you to go ahead and have a good day or good night, and thanks again for watching.